Chelsea Football Club are over the moon because Enzo Fernandez wins the Copa America with Argentina and Cucurella wins it with Spain. However, Cucurella doesn't hold back. He calls out Gary Neville by name, and I love to see it. We need to talk about what's going on with England. We need to talk about what's happening with Southgate. Today's video is going to be heavily related on Chelsea players that have went to the tournament and done very well. Not transfer related, purely based on the fact that Chelsea Football Club had 3 players playing in huge finals, and more importantly, all 3 of them did us very proud. And let's break this down. Number 1, hit that like button. Number 2, subscribe to the channel if you're new, because you're going to get objective breakdown analysis of both games, but mainly of the Euro game. Let's get started. What I want to start with is Cole Palmer. And the reason why I want to start with Cole Palmer is because I think Cole Palmer yesterday once again re-epitomized how special of a talent he is and how lucky we are to have him play for Chelsea Football Club. I don't say this often, but he is the closest player that we've had to the quality of an Eden Hazard since Eden Hazard has left. The ability to pick up the ball, carry a team to victory, Cole Palmer does better than most in the game. I think he's literally could make a case that this year he's top 20 players in the world. And that's how phenomenal he has been. He came on with half an hour to go and a few little passes, and then within an attack or so, the ball gets crossed in. Jude Bellingham does his best version of a number 9 striker, lays it off, edge of the box, Cole Palmer stepping up, beautiful goal, Pubs is going wild, limbs everywhere, I'm doing this, running around, everyone's doing that, and Cole Palmer was absolutely phenomenal. However, we need to talk about what's been happening with Palmer this whole Euros tournament, and how, in my opinion, is criminally unfair. I've said this on many occasions before, and people try to cook me when I say this. This might be the greatest ever season Cole Palmer has in his life. If he doesn't achieve this season again, he's had a phenomenal career. Purely based on the fact that the man put up crazy numbers that might not ever be replicated. Yet, going to a tournament where he is arguably England's best player, arguably England's most informed player, he was treated unfairly. And when I say treated unfairly, I mean, he didn't play not because he's not good enough. He didn't play because he's not big enough of a name. Cole Palmer should be starting in that number 10 role, in behind Harry Kane or in behind a Watkins or a Tony. Yet, they will opt to put Jude Bellingham there, purely based on the fact that Jude has to play either in the 10 or on the left. But you got Phil Foden, who's on the left. The system doesn't suit these players, and they are left exposed. So what happens? They have to play with individual brilliance. Individual brilliance doesn't always work out when you don't play players like Cole Palmer, who are brave on the ball. Jude Bellingham had an overhead kick, brought us a victory. Foden had a good half an hour against Holland, had a good performance there. Saka had glimpses in games, yet all of them leave with their reputations. People will say Saka had a good tournament. I don't think he did. I think Saka, by his standards, is a lot better than what we saw at this tournament. If this is the Saka that everyone's raving about, he's not that great. Saka is a phenomenal football player. Saka is a lot better than what we saw in England. Like, let's not lower his standards. The system didn't get the best out of him, and it's evident for everyone to see. And for me, it's because Southgate was very scared of doing the key things. And I'm going to explain to you what they are. Number 1, he picks teams based off names. Look at it. Watkins was on the form of his life this year. Tony was okay this year, right? Came back, wasn't too great. However, you put him in the team, he had a good moment or two. Yet, Harry Kane, who has scored a lot of goals in Germany, not effective goals because they didn't lead to any trophy, was coming in with an injury. You opted to go with Harry Kane because he's your captain. Okay, cool, you picked one based on name. Kyle Walker hasn't defended well all tournament. Guess what? He's gonna start ahead of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Why? Bigger name, plays for Manchester City. Then you're gonna have what? In the midfield, Declan Rice's immovable object. He started with Trent, he started with Gallagher before Kobe Mainoo. Got the full imbalance wrong from the outset. Jude Bellingham has to start. Foden has to start. Saka has to start. Luke Shaw went only to play 3 games. Southgate's decision making was poor. Then we need to talk about the system. The system is just so broken. We don't know what we are. Are we a possession-based team? Are we a counter-attacking team? Because if we're a counter-attacking team, you have to have players like Raheem Sterling, like Marcus Rashford, Anthony Gordon play. But we don't do that. So we lose the pace, we lose the ingenuity, we lose the element of surprise. All of a sudden, we have technicians that are asked to play counter-attacking football. It's wild to me. Like, it's absolutely wild that we have so much talent in the roster And the system that we play is absolutely pathetic. And what really annoys me is you see Spain playing such beautiful football, articulate football, expressing themselves. And Spain, in my opinion, aren't better than England based on individual names. You look at the squads and you say, which squad is better? England will win. England will absolutely, most definitely will win. The problem is, and this is the problem, they've got a manager. And the biggest problem of all, the in-game adjustments. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. The game started 50-50 first half, right? We've had a few crosses, Spain had a few threats, nothing too scary. It's 0-0 at halftime. Spain made a change. Zubimendi comes on instead of Rodri, forced error. All of a sudden, we had two midfielders in Kobbie Mainoo and Declan Rice, and they had three in there, Zubimendi, Ruiz and Olmo. What ended up happening was they got an early goal. We fell asleep, Saka didn't track back, and they got an early goal. It literally flips the script. What does Gareth do? He does the classic English thing. We throw the kitchen sink at it. We're going to play Watkins and we're going to play Palmer. He takes off Kobbie Mainoo, he takes off Harry Kane. Okay, cool, we get the goal. We're on top. I'm screaming at the pub, get another midfielder on. I would have taken Conor Gallagher. I literally would have taken Conor Gallagher. Why? And I'm going to explain to you why. You have Jude playing next to Declan Rice. We went from 3 versus 2 to 3 versus 1 when Rice is just by himself in the midfield because Jude can't do the defensive side of the work. He either can't or doesn't want to. You make your mind up on that because he doesn't want to play in the double pivot. His mindset is, I'm going forward. His mindset is, we're going to go and score goals. He doesn't want to do the ugly side of the work. And you need to take either Phil Foden off or Jude Bellingham off and compact that midfield. But the other problem was, and this is the in-game adjustment, their manager decided, oh, hold on, let me bring Odafael, I can't pronounce his name, the guy that scored. And he's a number 10. He's essentially a playmaker. Like, he's one of those super comfortable in possession of the ball players. He was dropping into the midfield like a false 9, linking it up, and all of a sudden it's 4 versus 2 or 4 versus 1 because Jude's not helping. And they pinched it. We got threatened 3 times before they scored. Yamal had forced a save out of Pickford. There was one where Declan Rice kicked it out for a corner because we got very lucky because Williams was absolutely doing a Mazzoline. And then the third one, we got punished. Southgate's in-game management was absolutely preposterous. We've seen this against Croatia, we've seen this against Italy, and now we're reiterating this against the Spanish. Pathetic. More so to praise now Cucurella. I thought Cucurella had a wonderful game. I thought Cucurella got on, and not only did Cucurella play the full 95, Cucurella absolutely scored with Bukayo Saka. Like, Saka had a few moments here and there where he looked dangerous, but overall Saka was anonymous in the game. And what was even more impressive was Cucurella was tidy in possession. Cucurella game management was brilliant. He play acted when he needed to. He absolutely controlled the peaks and troughs of the game. There was 4 minutes added on. Cucurella wasted 2 minutes of it. Absolutely wasted 2 minutes of it on the floor running around. And the ref wasn't going to add that back on. And what happened? The goal came from Cucurella. The ball went across to Cucurella. Beautiful first time pass. Odafael, I really need to learn how to pronounce his surname because he's got a 6 surname. Attacked the ball, near post, goal. And for me, Marc Cucurella after the game really was annoyed. And you can really tell he had a point to prove because Gary Neville said, and you know this was sent to him, he said prior to the tournament, the reason I don't think they'll win is because of the fact that they've got Cucurella in defense. And for me, that's super disrespectful. I'm really saying this, you know, because you're calling him out by name, you're not giving anything critical, you're just giving an opinion. And you need to have reasoning for your opinion. Marc Cucurella in the last 3 months has been amazing for Chelsea. And Marc Cucurella recently has been very good for Spain to the point where he became their #1 left back. So you're just being critical for critical sake. Then when they won it, he put it on Instagram and basically called Gary Neville out, and I've got it on the screen. I'm very happy for him. I really hope we keep him next year. I hope we get a fresh run, and this is the Cucurella that we see. You know, the one that we saw towards the end of the season, I hope it's the one that we're going to see next year, and hopefully we push on and be positive. Finally, I want to talk about the one and only Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez played in the deep lying playmaker role, in that #5 role for Argentina. Argentina won their back-to-back Copa America. This is Enzo's first Copa America. I made a mistake before. I thought he won another one, but it's his first Copa America. It's his World Cup. They've won 3 trophies in 4 years or 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. They are absolutely on smoke. Like, they are a team that just know how to win finals. Literally, they will make it ugly, but they will be effective and win. And that's all you need in finals. You need to know how to get across the line. Like, Colombia came into this game, I think it was 28 games unbeaten. Argentina took their punch, weathered the storm, and won the game. The game was going in peaks and troughs. I think Colombia started off better in the first half, Argentina regained the second half. Colombia were better in the first half of extra time. Argentina took over in the second half of extra time and won the game. And it was Martinez that got the goal, and it was just one of those moments. Messi was injured. But what I want to take away from this game is the US really need to sort out what's going on with their stadiums. The pitches, horrible, but the way that the fans try to run in, people going through the ventilation system, it's absolutely wild, man. Like, it's super dangerous. And what I would say is, the people that were doing it, are you stupid? Purely based on the fact that you're risking your life to get in to watch a football game. I'm sorry, but your life should be worth more to you than you risking it to go watch a 90 minutes football game that you can most probably watch at a bar. Like, I know you want to be in the atmosphere, and I know I don't want to be that killjoy, but please value your life a bit more. Like, it's very silly what they did. Like, it really is. People, and what else really annoyed me more than anything, actually, was you ruin it for people that paid big money. I saw this video where people were saying how much money they spent to get tickets. Some people spent 9 grand to get tickets. Some people spent 4 grand. Some people bought 27 grand because they bought 6 tickets to go as a family. For these people, this is life-changing money that is getting spent. They're going to see their favorite team in the grandest stage of all, a Copa America final. They can't get in because some people wanted to act like Muppets. You know, for me, that's very insulting and it's embarrassing. And CONMEBOL needs to sort this out because it's not a good look. And CONCACAF, because they're in charge of the US and Mexico and Canada, I really hope they regain the control and they host the tournament properly in 2026. But all in all, congratulations to Enzo Fernandez. Congratulations to Marco Correa, and congratulations to Cole Palmer because he's just a straight up baller. But it is what it is. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your thoughts. Peace out, I'm out. We're getting our Chelsea back in 10 days, so let's get started. It's going to be busy.